Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you a consistent setup for doing the Mushroom Gorge Gap Cut. It's actually not that hard to perform, but it does require you to do a couple of very specific things, so let's dive right on in, shall we? There are three major components to hitting the gap cut successfully. The first is the setup in the mushroom cave. How you start the cave entrance isn't that important, but what matters is all the stuff starting with the green mushrooms. What I do is trick off of both of them, trying to stay as close to the left-hand side as I can without falling off. When tricking off the second one, I then hold down the trick button so that I land on the first red mushroom in a right drift. You should be able to build up a mini turbo in midair, at which point you want a mini turbo trick, also called a super bounce, off of the second red mushroom to completely clear the third mushroom and land on the track in a left drift. The second component of the shortcut is how you approach this next left turn. You want to wait until just after your trick boost runs out to use your mushroom, and then take the turn tightly, staying as close to the mushrooms on the left-hand side of the track as possible. The third, and arguably most tricky component, is the mini turbo hop. If you used your mushroom when I said you should, then you should have a mini turbo built up by the time you actually need to make the jump. But you don't want to jump right away. Your brain is going to tell you that as soon as you get to the grass you need to hop to avoid falling into the canyon, but it's very important that you wait until after getting over the hill, because if you jump too early you won't get enough height and you'll run into the fence. Couple other important things to point out about this. When you do the jump, you want to make sure to be aiming for the left-hand side of the fence, but not too far to the left or you'll run into the wall. And the last thing you need to know is that it needs to be a jump with your joystick in a neutral position in order to get enough height to clear the fence. You can do it while holding left, but it's going to give you a bit less height and also mess with your alignment. Now because this jump is so important, let's take a look at the whole process in slow motion. After coming out of the cave, we're going to use our mushroom and aggressively drift left to get close to the mushrooms on the left-hand side of the track. Then aim for the left side of the fence and do a delayed neutral jump to clear the gap and the fence. Let's take a quick look at the entire sequence from start to finish. Now honestly, clearing the gap itself isn't really that hard to do with a bit of practice. It's getting enough height to clear the fence that's going to give you all the problems. So there's an alternative version of the gap jump that you can do where you wait to use your mushroom until just before the jump, and then do the mini turbo jump aiming to the right hand side of the fence. This version of the gap jump is much easier and only loses about half a second or so over the optimal jump, so you probably want to work on this before you move on to the fence jump version. That's going to be it from me for today, everyone. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like so that the video can get spread to more people, because this strat is tough and I'd love to be able to help out as many people as I can. And you also might want to consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell as well, because I've got a full Mushroom Gorge tutorial coming out within the next couple of days, and I can guarantee you that you won't want to miss it. Thank you all very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and as always, I will see you in the next one.